Hello. Let's see if I can set this up right. Stay up, little phone. My bright light. It's like sunshine in my office. Hi, Chicago. St. Louis. Hey, girl. We are going to go over that, Taylor. Oh my goodness. Aiden done got me sick. These germy little kids. No, I am not one to be in my pajamas all day. No. Working. I've been sitting in this chair since about 8:30 this morning, so I feel ya. I might be working hard, but at least I'm at home, and so I occasionally see my little naked baby run by without his pants on. Hi. All right. So, did you guys have a chance to try out the calculator? You're working in your pajamas? I can't. If I am feeling like lazy in my comfy clothes, I will be snacking out of that pantry all day. What calculator? I'm going to take that as a no. Thank you. This is second day here. The IIFYM calculator. Oliver did not get the memo that we are dressing for work, even if it's at home work. So he was looking scruffy. He's like, I guess I'm going to shave this off today. I'm like, that's a good idea. Yay, you got Paige to do your macros. Yay. You need help on building a recipe? We're not going to talk about that today, but I can put that on the schedule for this week. Let me write it down. Building a recipe. You don't eat enough? I wish I had that problem. I do not. Okay, so I'm gonna flip the camera around, and I'm kind of gonna, so you guys can see what I'm doing on the computer. I'm about to show you, Jenna. That's a very good goal, is to start with Weight Watchers and to move on. Weight Watchers is kind of the same thing. Macros is just more detailed, but even on Weight Watchers, you can definitely be using a scale to portion out your food instead of using measuring cups, because there really is a big difference between using, well, for one, eyeballing it. You shouldn't be eyeballing it unless you're a pro. Like Karina, she can eyeball it. The rest of us, we can't eyeball it, okay? I'm like, that's a serving of pasta, right? So even no matter if you're counting calories, doing Weight Watchers, whatever, you can definitely be using a scale instead of your eyeballs or measuring cups, okay? Okay. I know, I love her too. Yes, there is a huge difference, and sometimes it's in your favor to weigh things out, because I mean, there are things that I underestimate. Fat, carb, protein, yes. Weight Watchers is similar. Okay, I'm gonna flip this around so you guys can see the screen. Okay, so very first thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to go to the IIFYM.com, and you're going to want to go to their calculator, okay? The calculator. Boom. Easy. Okay. If you guys have questions that you want me specifically to answer, hold them until the end, because I can't read comments and pay attention to what I'm doing on here. So I don't want to miss your questions if you have them. Okay, so this is a basic calculator, and it is going to spit numbers out at you based on what you put in, okay? This is not going to be like super tailored towards your needs if you have special circumstances, or like, for example, if you have PCOS, where you probably are going to want to do a little bit lower carb. This is not going to take that kind of stuff into account. If you have some kind of special circumstance like that, I highly recommend that you find somebody a professional who is certified, not just any bikini person, okay? Somebody who's certified to help you figure out your macros. Usually they will do it for like less than 40 bucks, and that way it'll put you on a good starting point, okay? But for everybody else, and myself included, I started here, okay? So this is a good starting place for most of us. Okay, you're just gonna click on female, I guess, most of you. No boys allowed in here. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that I'm 34. I really thought I was 33, and I told people I was the other day, and then I realized I lied. So, my bad. Okay, put in your height, put in your current weight. All right. Okay. So you are going to use the total body weight formula. This is because most of you are not going to know what your body fat percentage is, and that does not include using those little caliper things that pinch your little fat. Okay, those don't count. Like, I'm talking like you went and you had a bod pod testing and you know your body fat, then you would know, okay? But everybody else, you're going to use total body weight. Okay, this is your normal activities. Now, just because I go to the gym every day does not mean that I'm actually super active. Yes, I will save this. Yes, I spend most of my day sitting at a desk. So I would put that I'm sedentary. Okay, if you're a teacher, you can maybe put likely active, but and if you're chasing after a kid all day, I would probably put lightly active. Okay, how many times per week do you exercise? Okay, so I work out 6 days a week. And they've actually changed this, which I like. They used to just ask you how many days a week you worked out, but they weren't asking you how many. They would ask you like how intense your exercise was, but they'd never asked you like how many minutes. So this is like a new update that I really like. So I work out 90 minutes a day. And how intense do you think your exercise is? Okay, I am going to put difficult. I'm going to put difficult just because I think I'm not always out of breath, but I usually do keep my heart rate up. I mean, this is a hard question. It really depends if I'm, lifting weights or doing cardio, but I'm going to put difficult, okay? All right, so this is going to give me my TDEE, which this number, the BMR, okay, 1369. That is how many calories I need per day to live. And that means that that is just basic stuff, and that's without like any exercise or anything like that. That's like my base, okay? And that's actually pretty accurate because I went and had my BMR professionally calculated, and it was very, very close to this number. So that's actually pretty accurate, okay? All right. So here we're going to choose our goals, okay? If you have over 50 pounds to lose, you probably are going to want to, you hate being fun-sized, you get less. If you have over 50 pounds to lose, you are probably going to want to pick aggressive, which is a 20% cut into your calories, okay? But if you have less, you're going to want to start at a higher number. And this is because, I'm sorry if this is shaky, I need my little thing. This is because if you start out at a very low amount of calories and then you lose 5 pounds and then you get stuck, you're going to have to cut more calories out of that. So you want to start at the highest amount possible while still losing weight, okay? So that's the goal, you guys, is to eat as much as we can while still losing weight, right? Nobody wants to starve themselves. Okay. So that's cool. I'm going to put a suggested. Okay, we're going to do the IIFYM. All right. Okay, so here's where you're going to have your macro breakdown. You're going to have your protein, your fats, and your carbs. Fats and carbs are interchangeable, okay? Your protein is probably always going to stay about the same, but like if you have PCOS and you want to do lower carb, you can take some of those calories and move them into your fats, okay? Or vice versa. This site is IIFYM.com. Okay, so my protein, because I am on a cut, my protein is set at 1 gram per body weight. Thank you, Linz. If you have more than 50 pounds to lose, you can set it at 0.7 or 0.8, okay? Now my fats. You don't want your fats to be lower than, I think they say 0.35. For me, it was like 51 grams. You don't want your fats are important. Fats do not make you fat. Fats your body needs fats for your brain and all kinds of other stuff. So don't cut your fats too low. Yes, especially for women. It helps regulate your hormones and things like that. Okay. So let's see what this gives me. My carbs are super high. So I probably want my fats to be, let's see. Be careful. Don't click on this crap because they'll try to sell you something. You don't need that. That's too high. Okay, this is probably about right. So when I put this in for my fats, it took whatever was left over and gave it to me in carbs. So right down here, it's going to tell me I'm going to get 202 carbs, 147 protein, and then 66 fat. People get confused here because it's kind of wide open, okay? There's no right and wrong answer. Basically, you have to pick something and you have to try it out for 2 weeks and see how it works and then adjust from there. That's where I got really confused. When I first started, I'm like, how do I know these numbers are right? So you really just have to, take a leap of faith. Okay, let's see. So this has me at 1,877 calories, which is actually pretty much where I started when I started my cut, like 6 weeks ago. So, I mean, this is really close to what Paige gave me. My carbs, though, when I got stuck, my carbs have gone down a lot lower. So I'm a little bit lower than that. Okay? Does that make sense? A cut is when you are cutting your calories. That's just a slang term for eating less than your body needs so you can lose weight. So if you have over 50 pounds to lose, how do you determine your fats? You just have to guess. I would put them at probably if you stay between 0.35 and 0.45, just find something in there that is a decent number. I mean, there's no wrong answer. So it really just depends. But you don't want to cut your carbs too low, especially if you're doing a lot of cardio to try to lose weight. Carbs are going to give you energy. And if your carbs are really low, you're going to feel sluggish. Yes, you can definitely still lose weight without lifting. Macros is a diet. A lot of weightlifters do use it, but you can definitely only follow the diet without like super heavy lifting and still have success. But you're not going to have muscles popping out. Does that make sense? If you are breastfeeding, do you add fats or carbs? If you are breastfeeding, you probably need to up your protein. You really want your protein and your fats to be the top two things that you're really focusing on. Are you spot on with your numbers? Hell no. No, I'm not. I've had a little bit of slacking the last couple weeks. I would say in majority I try to get, close to 10 on either side, but I make sure I always hit my protein. I always hit my protein, always hit my protein. But sometimes my fats are way under and my carbs are a little bit over. I don't know why. It just happens. Bad planning. Yes, I will leave my macros the same because training for a half marathon at the physical level that I'm already at is not going to be a super strain on my body. I can go out and run 10 miles right now without a whole lot of extra effort on top of what I already do. So I don't think, but if I was going to train for a full marathon, yes, I definitely would be adding a ton of carbs each day. No, 38 grams. No, 38 grams of carbs is not right. Even if you're real skinny. I mean, somebody who is doing a low carb, high fat diet, I want to say, like, in general, they get close to like 75 carbs a day. So I don't even think you should be anywhere under that. I mean, it depends on your weight. That baby got me, God, drainage. Ugh. So how do you figure out the right carbs? So you went to the calculator and it gave you 25 carbs. If you have more than 50 pounds to lose, your protein should be at probably a 0.7 or a 0.8 times your body weight. You need to go back to that calculator and make sure that you have your protein set to what it should be at and that your fats, what was your total calories? What was your total calories? Because that doesn't even make sense. Something was inputted wrong. So might want to start over and just try it again after I just showed you this. See if you get a better number. $2,000 calories and it told you 25. Are you sure it told you 25 grams? Or like, was it telling you 25 grams for the day or like per meal? Does this one give you per meal? Yeah, just try it again. Something messed up there. 100 and, yeah, ooh, I didn't see the whole thing on that. I mean, your total calories looks right, but maybe you had your fats set wrong. So just try it again and see if it gives you a different number. I mean, just keep clicking on the little buttons and it'll change for you. Do I have a goal in mind? Funny you bring that up. So my super friend, Poppy Locks, texted me yesterday and she's like, hey, let's go get our body fat tested. And I'm like, okay. Your calories are 1460. That seems low if you're trying to lose weight, but how much do you weigh? And how tall are you? Are you fun-sized? So I am going September 26th. They have this mobile BodPod body analytics testing thing, and I'm going to go get my body fat tested. You're 135 pounds, 5'4". Okay, well, I mean, it could be right. Are you trying to lose weight, though, at 135 pounds, or are you trying to build muscle? That depends, too. I mean, because you're already pretty small, so I don't know that you really have a lot of weight to lose. You want to lose 10 pounds? Oh, my goodness. You have a special circumstance. Facebook message me, Skinny Meg. Look me up on Facebook, because that's a special circumstance. We can talk about that. And you might want to talk to Krennic about reverse dieting. I have way over 50 pounds to lose. Is lifting going to help? Yes. I mean, of course, adding muscle to your body is definitely going to help you burn more calories. There is no wrong way at the gym, y'all, okay? Whether you're going and you're doing some cardio or something, I mean, really the goal is just to be consistent in whatever it is that you do. Reverse dieting for life. Yes, I am a believer, okay, y'all? I had never even heard of reverse dieting, and honestly, I was like, God, but I still have weight to lose. That doesn't even make sense that I would eat a bunch of calories and try to, not necessarily gain weight, but, you would gain weight. And so I was really scared to do it, and I did it, and I ate at my maintenance macros, which was like 2,200 calories a day, and it was fabulous. I ate all the food, and I did that for like 8 weeks, and then I went back and I lowered my calories to like 2,000, and then I went to like 1,900, which is still a lot of calories, okay? And my waist shrunk, my belly fat went down, and it was like amazing. It was amazing just from eating more. On 1,661 calories a day. Yes. Karina, I'm all about the food. I mean, if we can use food as a tool to lose weight, I mean, how amazing is that? Can I do it for the last 10 pounders? This is the issue, okay? When you get down to a very low weight, or not even a very low weight, okay? My body does this, where I'm down at a weight where it's very happy, and I fluctuate between the same, 3 or 4 pounds all the time. It's not even about what the scale says anymore, okay? When you get down to that, it's more about how you look. So that is going to be what I focus on, like building my muscle and lowering my fat. But it doesn't matter what my scale says. Do my scale say 149 pounds today? Big freaking deal. Who cares? But is my bicep bigger? Okay. How many calories? The website I used was janky. Suggestions. Well, use the calculator I just showed you on the IIFYM website. Yes, you want to lose belly fat. Karen, you should look into reverse dieting. Yes, I'm happy to help. We've all been there and had to lose the weight. And I mean, God bless America. I wish somebody had told me 5 years ago about macros. I might have had a much different kind of journey, but I spun my wheels doing a bunch of different things. I hope that's not the baby crying. The macro website is IIFYM.com. Carbs, protein, 117. I mean, that looks pretty reasonable. When I say reverse dieting, I am talking about macros. Yes, but reverse dieting is about adding calories to your diet, like slowly, usually, to help you build muscle and get your body used to burning more calories. So then when you lower them a little bit, you'll have progress again. Carbs 69. No, those carbs are too low. Too low. Yeah, Karina can explain it better than I can. Go to her website. GTS. Yes, I'm going to reverse diet too. I'm probably going to start, I'm probably going to cut until I get my boobs done, I think. And then after that, I do not really track my fiber because I really don't have any issues pooping. Can we talk about that? But I mean, I eat my veggies every day, so I'm not really worried about it. I know I'm getting in good amounts of fiber. Holiday eating. Holiday eating is a one-day eating thing. I'm not going to eat holiday food every day for 2 weeks. That's not going to happen. 100 carbs sounds low. 100 carbs sounds low. Unless you're trying to do low carb. 168 carb, 58 fat, 135 protein. Boom. Looks good. Looks good. I don't know if Karina, do you do coaching? I'm not sure if she does or not. 149 carbs sounds reasonable. Sounds reasonable, yes. My carbs, I weigh 147 pounds, and I work out 6 days a week, and my carbs are set at 175 grams right now. You should calculate if you are being consistent and you're hitting those numbers every day for 2 weeks and you don't have any progress. And progress does not mean that your scale's not moving. Progress means that you're taking your measurements, they're not moving, you're not seeing any new definition in the mirror. Then you would change them up. But don't change them if you're only hitting them 4 days a week and then you're like, shit, this macro thing sucks. It's like, yeah, because you ain't working it right. Don't worry about the fiber number they set on the, I think they give you a pretty reasonable, like probably 60 grams of fiber a day. That's a pretty reasonable amount, so. 95 carbs is too low, especially if you have over 50 pounds to lose. 158 carbs, yes. 72 fat, that looks good. That looks good. You could even take some of those fats, and the 72 fat person, you could take some of those fats and move them to your carbs. I would, maybe just a little bit. But it's personal preference. I don't tend to like as many fats as I do carbs. That's the most it would give you. Fiber is pretty important. You need to make sure enough nutrients are being absorbed and stuff. Yes, fiber is important. That's why you should be eating your vegetables, right? Yes, it is a leap. Let me tell you, I was resistant to trying it at first too. It seemed like a heck of a lot of work, but it was worth the effort. Worth the effort. I mean, if you're gonna put the effort in anyways, doing something, you might as well do something that is gonna make you happy in the end. Need to lose 30. Still sounds good. Yeah, I mean, you can leave your fats at 72. Try them out for 2-3 weeks and see how they do. You have a hard time meeting your carbs. I mean, I don't know. I don't have that problem. Get some pretzels. Popcorn. Get some popcorn. Lens, I feel the same way. Like if you are using your macros and you're filling them with good, wholesome foods. I mean, I know people sometimes see macros as like the junk food diet, and that's just not true. That's just not true. But it does teach you, that's why they call it flexible dining, because it does teach you that if you have, some day that you want to go eat a freaking hamburger, you can go eat it and you can still stay on track. It doesn't have to be like a cheat meal or a blow off day or oops, whatever. Because a lot of times people see days like that and they take it and they're like, oh, well, I screwed up yesterday. Okay, well, I might as well just call this week a whatever and, start over on Monday, But with macros, you don't have to do that. If you can just, incorporate the things that are going to happen in your life and add them into your diet. I use MyFitnessPal, and I did pay. I paid for the upgrade because I had to at the time, but then somebody sent me a hack, so I didn't try the hack, but I can post it if y'all want it, because I think it's wrong that they are charging us freaking like $50 a year to use it when they were giving it to us for free. Freaking Under Armour, I'm on strike. The macros plus, yeah, there are other apps, but I don't think any of them have quite as big a, like a food network diary thing, where you can like search foods. MyFitnessPal really has the most inclusive one. 69 carbs is way too low. I would take, 38 grams of carbs too. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? You know what? If you tried the calculator even after I showed you how to do it, and you're not getting the right answer, go to my Facebook, and if you post, I'll post a thread, and if you guys post them down there, I'll help you out. It might be per meal. Yeah. That sounds better. But on this map, I don't see that they have it per meal. Let me see. Hold on. 280 carbs, 2.4 fat now. So right here, you want to make sure this says grams per day. Make sure you're not looking at something, I don't know, maybe some of you have per meal. I know there was another, like the Macro Fit website. I think theirs does per meal. So far, my first day at home is okay. I've been sitting in this chair, though, since 8:30. And I haven't even gotten, like, a fourth of the way down my to-do list. Oliver likes it. Coming out here talking to me. I do not track my sugar, but like I said, if you are filling your macros with the right kinds of foods, then you're probably going to be within your sugar range. Which is, I think I try to stay, when I was looking at it, I was trying to stay under like 65 grams a day or 60 grams a day. But fruit has sugar, so if you eat a lot of fruit, you're going to go over that pretty easily. Do I ever cheat and not track? No. I always track my food. I had set a goal at the beginning of the year that I wanted to track every day for a year, every day for a year. So even when the days that I didn't track my macros, I still tracked my food, and I stayed within my calorie goal. 78 carbs is too low. 104 fats is way too high. You need to take some of those fats and you need to put them into your carbs. And your protein looks a little high too. Is that a 0.8 times your body weight? Can I post the hack? Yes. Somebody texted it to me, so I need to get it onto my computer, but I'll do that. How often do I incorporate fun foods? I mean, my protein pancakes almost every day are considered a fun food because I put Cool Whip or True Whip or whatever on there. Sometimes it has a cookie on top. So, but I mean, when, or cookie butter, which I really love. But when I do add a fun food in, it's one portion. Do you know what I mean? Or half a portion. I'm not eating a full sleeve of cookies, which is probably what I would have done before. This is a new hack, and apparently that somebody sent me. I guess there was another one floating around that didn't work. $75. Those look like really low calorie. The 75 carbs. No, protein, if you have more than 50 pounds to lose, your protein should be at 0.7 or 0.8 times your body weight. I did use a normal protein powder when I breastfed. There wasn't a whole lot I cut out when I was breastfeeding. What if there is no label like a salad bar? That's a very good question. So if there is no label, you just have to look it up. You have to search it. And then you have to kind of, if you saw the post I did on my Instagram the other day about the pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks, just looking up that one thing, there came up with 4 very different entries. So you kind of have to just browse a couple and see which one looks the most right. Don't take the one that you wish was right, because I sure wish that a pumpkin spice latte only had 9 carbs, but it sure doesn't. It has like 50, okay? And a lot of times in MyFitnessPal, they will have a little green verified on there. And I mean, that's not 100%, but those are usually the better options to pick from, but they have been known to be wrong too. 107, 208, and 91. I would take some of your fats and add them to your carbs. Why does your doctor have you on low cal? I think she's not talking to me. Go to the Starbucks website. Yes. I mean, some restaurants and stuff will have nutritional information on their website, but I mean, if you're going to a salad bar, you don't want to, like, you just want to be like, okay, well, that looks like about 2 cups of lettuce, so search 2 cups of lettuce, and then maybe you added like chicken. You know, so you really need to know, like, what does 4 ounces of chicken really look like? So when you're cooking stuff at home, really pay attention to when you weigh your food out, so that way when you go out, you know what 4 ounces of chicken looks like. Okay. But with veggies and stuff, I mean, they're mostly low calorie, so even if you're off by a little bit, it's not going to be a huge deal. Dressing, okay? Take your fork, put your little dressing on the side, take your fork and dip it in, and then eat it that way. Because when you pour it on top, I'm telling you, your fats are going to be all crazy. Yes, I do. I weigh my food. Yes, I keep a scale at home, and when I worked, I had one at work too. So I eat, how many times a day do I eat? I mean, it depends on the day. If I'm really busy, I mean, there can be times where I go several hours without eating, but for the most part, I eat probably 5 or 6 times a day. I mean, I am just gonna, yes, you do need to Periscope. I know you use the Pretty Fit greens and you made a dressing, but I haven't tried them, but now that I have all this free time at home, I am much willing to try making my own dressing. Nut butters are fat or protein or both. Peanut butters and stuff have a little bit of fat, carbs, and protein in them, yes, but they are going to be mostly fats. You feel better if you eat smaller amounts more often. really the trick, one of the main things that I really learned with counting macros is to find things that kept me full but were lower calorie, because then you can eat more often and more volume, right? You want high volume foods. Favorite snack. My favorite snack. I eat a lot of popcorn. I eat yogurts, and I layer my yogurt. Sometimes I'll put dry cereal or granola on there or fruit on there and put some cookie butter on top. Layering my food really helps keep me satisfied because it feels like a treat. The planning part, yes. Food prepping and, but I mean, I'm telling you, if it gets easier, it gets easier. It seems like such a chore in the beginning, but I mean, I can knock out like in an hour and a half or less. I can knock out a week's worth of food prep. How do you divide up the carbs and the fats? That is totally up to you. I have my fats set at like 0.35, or did I do 0.4? And then whatever's left over, I put it on carbs. You didn't realize sweet potatoes were full of carbs?
It's a storage.
Thank you, Oliver. Late night snacks, I don't do. I try not to snack before I go to bed, just because usually I have just enough calories or macros left over for dinner, and then that's it. Yes, this will be saved to my phone because I'm on Wi-Fi. Hello, stop going over my data plan. So I'll be putting this on YouTube. I can put it up today. Are we good? I gotta go figure out what's for lunch. All right, I will put this on YouTube so you guys can. And if you have questions, I'll post a thread with the hack on my Facebook. I don't usually keep food in my car for emergencies, no. Yay, we'll do some bedtime abs tonight, 8:45. The screen's frozen, I'm sorry. Bye, Karen. I'll see you guys later, 8:45. My Facebook is Skinny Meg. Bye.